All right, let's talk about something that's hiding in plain sight in almost all of our favorite foods. We're pulling back the curtain on refined flour. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden health impacts of this super common ingredient. Let's get right into it. Just think about it for a second. That perfectly fluffy naan, that crispy, delicious samosa, or even just your everyday biscuits, they all have one thing in common, an ingredient that seems totally harmless. But what if I told you it could be silently messing with your health? Let's figure out what's really going on. Okay, so first things first, let's just see how common this stuff really is. In India, we call it Maida, and you'd probably be shocked to realize just how often it shows up on your plate. I mean, look at this list. It's practically a menu of our comfort foods, right? From the white bread you might have for breakfast, to tea time biscuits, to street food we all love like samosas and momos. And of course, restaurant favorites like naan and pizza. Maida is the backbone of so many of these foods. It's almost impossible to avoid unless you're really paying attention. So what is Maida, really? This next part breaks it all down. And I love the subtitle here, The Ghost of Wheat, because honestly, it's the perfect way to describe what we're about to find out. So here it is. At its core, Maida is what's left over after a grain of wheat has been completely stripped of all its good parts. The bran, which is where all the fiber is, and the germ, which is packed with nutrients. They're both gone. All you're left with is the starchy, nutritionally empty part. And this comparison makes it so clear. On the left, you've got whole wheat with all its natural, healthy bits intact. And on the right, Maida. All that good stuff has been stripped away, leaving behind a ghost of what it used to be. And to top it off, it's often chemically bleached to get that perfectly white look we recognize. This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Maida is like a ghost version of wheat. All looks, no value. It looks the part, it makes things fluffy and white, but the life force, the actual nutrition, is completely gone. Now, for the really crucial part, we know what it is, so now let's dig into the 4 specific ways it can actually harm your health. This is why this all matters so much. So think of this as a negative health cascade, a chain reaction. It all starts with your blood sugar. From there, it affects your weight. Then it goes after your gut health. And finally, it can even show up on your skin and in your energy levels. Let's walk through it. First up, that sugar spike. Because Maida has absolutely no fiber to slow things down, your body digests it almost instantly. That floods your system with sugar, causing a huge, rapid spike. But you know how it goes. What goes up must come down. A really sharp crash follows, which leaves you feeling tired and hungry all over again. For anyone trying to manage diabetes, this roller coaster is especially dangerous. Second is weight gain. So what does your body do with all that extra sugar it can't use for energy right away? Well, it converts it into fat, and very often it stores that fat right around your midsection. This is a key reason why diets high in refined flour are linked to rising obesity and conditions like PCOS, particularly in urban areas. Third, let's talk about your gut. Without any fiber, Maida can cause real problems. It can lead directly to constipation because it basically slows your whole digestive system down. Over time, that really messes with the balance of your good gut bacteria. And that's when you start to feel things like acidity, bloating, and just tired. And finally, number 4, your skin and your energy. All that inflammation from a diet high in refined flour can actually show up on your face, triggering things like acne and dull skin. And that blood sugar crash we just talked about, that's the culprit that leaves you feeling drained and fatigued, sometimes right after you've eaten. Okay, I know that was a lot of bad news, but here's the good news. There are fantastic, easy solutions. So let's shift gears and look at some smarter flour swaps that can help you eat better. This chart is so incredibly practical because it lays out all these amazing alternatives. You can use whole wheat atta for your daily rotis, multigrain for a nutrient boost, or millets like ragi and jawar, which are fantastic for everyone, but especially for those managing blood sugar. You've even got high-protein besan or heart-healthy oats flour for snacks and baking. The options are there. And you know, the key here is not to get overwhelmed. You don't have to eliminate refined flour overnight. Just start small. Try swapping it out just 4 days a week. That's a simple, totally achievable goal that can make a huge difference in how you feel. So as we wrap up, let's really focus on the most important message here. It all boils down to a very simple choice we make every day. So let's just recap the core problem one more time. Remember, Maida is essentially empty calories. It sends your blood sugar on a wild ride, and it can lead to some pretty significant gut issues. Keep those three things in mind. And that brings us to this final, really powerful idea. Every single meal is an opportunity. You get to choose foods that build your body up and give you strength, or foods that slowly contribute to sickness. The choice is yours. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you have this information, what's the first smart swap you're going to make this week? Maybe it's choosing a whole wheat pizza base or trying a ragi dosa instead of a Maida one. Whatever it is, take that first step.